And finally, we're at my favorite part of the show. Yay. All right. Auspicious op-ed number 39. I could pose some words. I'm going to share them with you. I think these are pretty good words. The title tonight is Predictive Programming Animated Retrospective. Esoteric Bubblegum Crisis, Bubblegum Crash. All right, so amazing music, thought-provoking plot, and transhumanist storylines that sometimes pull at the heartstrings are all parts of the many facets that make the 1987 anime cyberpunk classic OAV Bubblegum Crisis and its 1992 sequel OAV Bubblegum Crash excellent examples of predictive programming's timelines nearly intersecting a little too close for comfort to our current timeline we're watching unfold throughout the world around us. As always, links to this epic entertainment will be available in the description box below. We follow the story of the Night Sabers, their friends in the AD police, their contractors' interests, and the corporate overlords who cause the world to become overrun with many grades of androids called boomers that threaten the safety and well-being of all the inhabitants of Mega Tokyo. Bubblegum Crisis is an 8-part OAV that stands for Original Animation, designed for the straight-to-video market. It was really highly prevalent the last quarter of the 20th century. And it takes place in 2032 at the series start. The year 2032 is not too terribly far from now, only 7 years away currently, and there are a few key features I'd like to note on the landscape of Mega Tokyo in their universe for a start. An important nuance for our community to take notice of is that life in Mega Tokyo is primarily lived on artificial island extensions or underground, and most of the inhabitants are boomers or bionoid hybrid boomers. These synthetic life forms have been programmed and manufactured to believe that they are sentient beings deserving of rights and purpose, or they can be programmed to behave like mindless, highly militarized, and volatile parasitic weapons of mass destruction, not only to organic life, but to less agreeable members of their mechanized race and the AIs or servers that their systems are reliant on. Synthetic life, synergy, and singularity also align with other features foretold in this landscape, including militarized boomers and mecha becoming commonplace in civilian, private, and commercial life, the requirement of mecha hard suits and other armored military class vehicles and weaponry that are required to keep the peace with the control of the boomers in the city. Advanced black market and mercenary tech markets have expanded like invasive species under this globalized corporate military market being the main suppliers of employment during a technologically imposed labor shortage with no end in sight. Secret societies are fighting for their last stages of relevance in this boomer-dominated future, and 4 incredibly brave young women in armored power suits who care about humans and benevolent technology a great deal regularly have to help keep the peace when none of the other powers that be can do anything about it on their own for one reason or another. From the looks of our landscape in this universe, the Earth disaster cycle is probably a factor in the design of Mega Tokyo, combined with militarized corporations controlling the majority of the markets due to the lack of organic humans contributing to these markets, and the prevalence of for boomers by boomers business models. And depopulation has clearly hit the humans in this universe, and the replacement of human population with boomers may seem bad enough, but imagine boomers that get discontinued or banned, yet simulates the feelings and behaviors of humans as they were programmed to, lest we forget, all the boomers programmed to live as humans in the truest of senses. It would also be important to note that there is a mention of some nature being left in this futurescape, and the humans who still very much treasure their natural understanding of life and traditions make getting out of the city to live in the country life a dream or an ultimate goal to accomplish. Our 4 main characters, Celia, Pris, Lena, and Nene are all young adults with very full lives who have come together to form the Night Sabers to help serve the people and interests of those who ask them for help dealing with out-of-control boomers, weaponry, and facilities related to their development. They each have a, career, they have friends, hobbies, and interests just like you or I. They just take their serving their community in a standing militia to a whole other level with cyberpunk style and flair. There are also quite the symbolic artistic statements being made through each episode in regards to the wide variety of villains, clients, friends, and other supporting characters. So many faces and facets of what would motivate any human to push or participate in markets and activities that are exclusively anti-human, with boomers who may or may not have anti-human sentiments or interests who now dominate much of society. Each installment of these OAVs focus on a different client who contracts the Night Sabers, a friend who asks them for help, or a matter involving boomers gets out of control for the AD police to handle on their own. All of the themes primarily center around the ethics of military corporate fusions, synthetic life dominating all facets of organic life, especially property and markets, the complications of a hybridized and globalized transhumanist society, and the impacts of singularity on everyone involved. Unlike my last op-ed where I'd suggest Robotech to kids of all ages, even though I got into Bubblegum Crisis when I was like 11 and I was like in 6th or 7th grade, I don't really remember what year that was, but the VHSs were great. The ratings people stamp an age on the DVD that's listed as 13 plus for the violence, language, and super brief nudity that was seemingly commonplace throughout this particular era of anime. While there is that epic girl power component saturating the script in all the right places, loved by so many, this is also a very popular classic across multiple media demographics who like fun cyberpunk and anime sci-fi that has a heart that serves up all the drama, mecha, and action, sprinkled most liberally throughout the storylines and plots. Don't forget to check out the description box for links to the Bubblegum Crisis and Bubblegum Crash playlists and Hurricane Live 2 for all the music videos and live concert footage from the series available on YouTube. And that brings us to the end of today's show.